Hi, my name is Melissa Voigt, and I'm one of the HR researcher writers at HR Downloads. I want to welcome you to this month's HR Director video, What Not to Ask, Interviewing Faux Pas and the Right Questions to Ask. Organizations spend a lot of time, money, and effort on recruiting. Your time with a candidate is limited, so it's important to avoid questions that don't help with the interview or could get your company in a lot of hot water. Asking good interview questions ensures that you uncover relevant information that you actually need, can help filter out low-quality candidates or reduce bad hires, and creates a positive candidate experience. But bad interview questions uncovers irrelevant and unnecessary information, can lead to costly bad hires, and could tread on prohibited grounds or gray areas that could violate a candidate's right to privacy or human rights. So what type of questions or situations should you avoid during an interview?
Why don't you tell me a little bit about yourself?
Well, I grew up in a small town. I have a dog named Charlie. I love book club. I go every Thursday.
These types of questions are too broad to help you get the information that you need from the interview. These questions also introduce irrelevant information that biases hiring decisions.
So, are you and your husband planning to have children anytime soon?
Asking any questions around prohibited grounds of discrimination, such as marital or family status, gender, religion, or disability, can violate a candidate's privacy and set you up for accusations of discrimination.
Huh. So you went to college in the US. What a crazy time in politics, eh? Who do you think's gonna win the next election?
This could make a candidate uncomfortable if they're unprepared to discuss their political affiliation. And if the job's unrelated to politics, the questions are relevant. Not to mention it could introduce biases. You want to know everything that you need to make a good decision, so it's important to only ask questions that unearth good information, not ones that could put you at risk for a lawsuit or a human rights complaint. Ask questions that address whether the candidate is qualified and the right fit for the position and your company.
What is a work-related achievement you're really proud of?
So I have this really big project. There was a lot of pressure. It was a lot of work, but I was really excited.
Resumes often list specific skills learned at previous positions but lack context. When looking for a top performer, ask them specific successes that those skills help them achieve.
Who was your biggest supporter at a former job? Why?
I had this really amazing manager. His name was Rob. He was my biggest supporter.
Unlike the cliches about strengths and weaknesses, this type of question encourages the candidate to think about how others perceive them and their performance and why, testing their emotional intelligence.
When people work closely together, sometimes conflicts arise. Can you tell me about a time that two colleagues or two direct reports had a conflict and what you did to resolve it?
Yeah, absolutely. So we did have these coworkers at my last job. They had some issues.
Questions like this reveal how candidates recognize, diagnose, and resolve conflicts. Pay close attention to how they identify causes. Do they jump to conclusions or do they seek root causes? Here are some quick tips for improving your interview process. Ask questions that are relevant to the position and that will help you determine whether the applicant is qualified for the position. Understand what is and isn't appropriate to ask. Ensure fairness and consistency by preparing questions in advance. And stick to prepared questions to stay on topic, prevent ad-libbing, changing questions to fit the situation, or turning the interview into a personal chat session. As an HR Downloads member, you have access to content and services that can help you with your interviewing process and skills. There are tons of documents available through HR Fundamentals, like policies and hiring checklists. Or you may already have access to our job description generator, online training, or live HR advice as part of your membership. But if you don't, contact your account manager for more details. Thanks for joining us today, and check out the rest of our videos on our HR Director page.